Sir, how is your pharma portfolio looking, especially the non-ibuprofen business? How do you expect it to perform, given it has received additional approval from Korean FDA for 2 products and from Russian regulatory for about 5 to 6 products?
Yes. So thank you for asking that. I think our non-ibuprofen portfolio continues to perform well. If you look at, it's a multi-year journey, really. I don't want to talk about quarter by quarter, but if you look at where we were maybe 2 years ago, we were just about 100 crores or so. Last year, in the year before last, we closed the non-ibuprofen portfolio at about 200 crores. And this last financial year, we've closed at about 350. So we've really grown the non-ibuprofen portfolio from about 100 crores to 350 crores. And with all the additional regulatory approvals from the regulatory bodies in various countries and the customer audits that we are currently undergoing and we've undergone in the last 2 or 3 quarters, I think the visibility looks very good that the non-ibuprofen portfolio will certainly give us a lot of growth, perhaps in the 500 crore plus range this year.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Sanjay. This is Shrishti joining by. If I see your numbers, then currently around 25% of your revenue comes from the overseas market. But given there's a lot of disparity when it comes to the price when we compare it from the domestic and the export markets, what kind of a mix do you see in terms of domestic market versus the exports revenue?
Okay, so I think, we are targeting to go to about 30% exports over the next year or so. And that's the target that we've taken, and we are very confident of achieving that.
Okay, so 30% in the overseas market is what you're targeting. But talking about your margins, in Q4, they were under immense pressure. How long could this continue as per you? And have you been able to pass on the input cost pressures? And along with that, is there a challenge in passing those input cost increases to your customers?
The challenge for the input cost certainly remains, I think. But let me come back to the margins that you've talked about. Overall, for the year, we delivered about 13% EBITDA margin, out of which about 19-20% came from the pharma segment and about 5 to 6% from the chemical segment. So we are different in the sense that, we have a blended margin of both our specialty chemical portfolio and the API portfolio. So the good news is that we offer a higher level of de-risking for investors. And the downside of that is that, we offer a blended margin. Going forward, we feel that the margins for the specialty chemicals portfolio will go up 1 to 2 points, whereas the margin for the API portfolio will also go up 1 to 2 points. And that is on account of, better price realization in exports. Whatever price escalation we are able to pass on from the raw material cost increase onto customers will add further to these numbers.
You've expanded the paracetamol capacity recently. Help us understand the kind of capacity the company is putting, what is the capex, and when will the additional volume start coming in?
Okay, so I think the capacity that we currently have is about 180 tons, 150, 180 tons a month, and we plan to take this to about roughly 300 tons a month by the end of this year. The total capex we do in a year is about 150 crores or so, and we don't split it out based on different plants and so forth. That's kind of on an annual basis what the company spends every year. Between adding new capacities and also in repair and maintenance as well. So I think we are well geared to do about 3,600 tons a year. And if you look at the total size of the market, this is really a very small drop in the ocean. Paracetamol, obviously, as you know, is a very, very large volume business. And this is kind of our experimentation. And we plan to make our own PAP. So I think the model that we are using is to experiment in a large volume API where the commercial uncertainty is less and really improve our margins through backward integration. And if that goes well, then at that point, within a year or so, we will make a call on whether or not to expand this capacity from 3,600 tons to beyond.